You likely consider yourself a law-abiding person. You pay your taxes, respect your neighbors, and go about your day without interest in unintentionally causing harm. But the legal system evaluates actions, not motivations. Whether a violation is a deliberate choice or a byproduct of a harmless habit, the court rarely differentiates based on your level of awareness. We navigate a landscape of strict, often obscure rules that govern our physical movements and digital interactions. Most of these regulations are so deeply integrated into modern life that we interact with them constantly without a second thought. The boundary between a standard daily routine and a punishable offense is remarkably thin. The simple act of starting your day often involves navigating a dozen different legal frameworks simultaneously. The modern internet operates with zero friction. Accessing billions of images, articles, and videos in milliseconds creates a persistent misconception. The assumption that if something is instantly accessible, it belongs to the public. That ease of use leads millions to casually download movies or ebooks from unauthorized sites. A common belief is that if you aren't selling the file or making a profit, you are protected. In reality, possessing copyrighted material without a license is illegal in almost every jurisdiction, regardless of whether money changed hands. Social media follows the same logic. Saving a funny meme or a viral video and re-uploading it to your own feed feels like standard internet culture. Legally, using another creator's content without their explicit permission is classified as copyright theft. Content creators face the same issue when pulling a random image from a search engine for a video thumbnail or an ad. Those photos are protected property, and using them for any project that generates revenue or attention invites immediate legal strikes. Using even a few seconds of an uncredited song or movie clip can be even more destructive. Automated systems constantly scan platforms for unlicensed media. A single match can trigger a strike that demonetizes work or results in a total channel ban. The lack of a physical storefront doesn't change the nature of the acquisition. The law views unauthorized access to digital property as a direct violation of property rights, ending the myth of a free digital public domain. This casual approach to rules often extends to our friends and family. Because we lack strict physical boundaries with those close to us, we frequently cross legal lines regarding unauthorized access. Walking into a friend's home and having your phone automatically connect to their Wi-Fi might seem helpful. However, in many places, using a network without active, current permission is technically classified as unauthorized access, a category of crime shared with hacking. Privacy laws apply just as strictly to your phone's camera. Secretly recording a funny moment or an argument violates consent laws in many regions. Even if the footage is never shared or posted, the act of recording a private conversation without the other person's knowledge can be a punishable offense. Digital devices hold significant legal protections. Picking up a partner's or friend's unlocked phone to read their private texts or emails might feel like a minor breach of trust, but many jurisdictions classify this as a crime of unauthorized access, regardless of your relationship to the owner. This focus on privacy is codified in massive frameworks like the GDPR. Even a small school project or a local club that collects names and emails without following strict consent protocols can find itself in violation of international data protection laws. The law treats digital devices and personal data as strictly guarded private property. In a legal context, digital snooping is viewed with the same level of scrutiny as unauthorized entry into a physical home. Beyond boundaries, the desire to save time or money frequently pushes ordinary people into behavior that the law defines as fraudulent. Listing a concert ticket or a pre-order item for sale online before you actually have it in your possession is often seen as a smart head start. However, advertising an item you do not currently own can be legally defined as false advertising or fraud. Decades ago, software came in physical boxes that represented a tangible license. Today, bypassing costs by using cracked versions of programs is not only illegal, but also significantly increases the risk of installing malware that can compromise your entire system. Sharing a streaming password is another common habit that violates corporate terms of service. Most subscriptions are strictly for a single household, and as companies begin to legally enforce these boundaries, sharing credentials can be interpreted as unauthorized access to a paid service. This pattern extends into the physical world through minor infractions we often ignore. Jaywalking to save a few seconds, or applying a window tint that is too dark for local regulations are active offenses that result in consistent fines from law enforcement. Choosing convenience over compliance frequently turns ordinary habits into violations of both corporate policies and state laws. We are constantly navigating an invisible legal environment where personal habit does not equal legal compliance. These rules aren't designed to catch citizens by surprise. They serve as a framework to protect the rights of creators, secure personal data, and maintain public order in an increasingly complex society. Claiming that everyone else does it is not a valid defense if you are the one caught in the middle of a lawsuit or a permanent account ban. Ignorance of a law provides no protection from its consequences. Awareness is the only real way to navigate this landscape safely. Reflect on your own routine and ask yourself, which of these invisible laws have you interacted with today?